Hey, Victoria here. Part 2, continuing, picking up where we left off yesterday. We talked about when you borrowed your avatar from this construct. We were talking about the simulation, right? And how when you came through your mother's portal, you start taking on all the material things that you need to make up your avatar. You had to become a part of this construct so that you can fully experimenting with being physical. And this is why your avatar is made up of all the things that is in this construct. And that which your body is not made of, your avatar, you consume. Remember that? And this is why there are clues left in this construct to let you know what food helps, what organ or body part in your avatar is going to be most beneficial to. Okay? So now, you're still connected with Source, although the separation caused your first trauma. That was your first trauma. We talked about that. So I'm just kind of recapping what I talked about the other day. So that was your first trauma. It was an illusion of separation because you're still connected to Source. Okay? And that is through your superconscious mind. And you communicate with Source through your intuition, or what we call your divinity. Some people may say your higher self, because you're still one with that, your essence. But you had to borrow this avatar to come into this construct. Okay? And it's almost like your spacesuit, you know? And this is why everything that is created, most things that is created, is designed based off the human design. Yeah. So all these things give us a clue as to who we are and how powerful we are. So this begs the question, who are you? You didn't descend from someplace. No. You didn't descend. You ascended. I am my mother's ascendant because I am my mother in the future. My daughters are my ascendants. They are me in the future. For a man, his sons is his, well, all our children are our descendants, okay? I'm just breaking it down a little bit further. So you are still connected. You're still using your imagination. When you started going to public school and private school and things like that, that start to slowly be shut down from you. You no longer can daydream or be in your imagination. This is where you were still communicating with your divinity, with Source, through your imagination. Yeah, so that got shut down. Slowly through the years, getting shut down through the years. Okay? And while you are experiencing being physical now, you're going through this whole construct process, the system, right? You're in the system. You're experiencing more stuff that's causing pain, or it's causing you to code up certain things in your subconscious, because your subconscious is constantly gathering data. Look on my TikTok, and I talked about your brain. It's phenomenal. It's amazing how much data per second that we're taking in. Anyway, so you're in this construct now, and Your conscious is functioning because you need that to function. You got your name and you've learned how to walk. You've learned the language of your family in your household. You learned your name. You're learning how to read and all these different things. These are all conscious functionings. Okay, you learn mommy and daddy. You may not know their name yet. That comes later. Right now, you know that's mommy and that's daddy, if you know your dad. And if you know your mom. It goes both ways, y'all. So, you experience your first trauma. Depending on the family you chose, you may have experienced another trauma. Maybe you were touched when you were young. The amazing and really kind thing about our subconscious mind is that if the trauma is so traumatizing, let's say, that's not the word I wanted to use, but let's just say if it's so traumatizing, you know what? Your subconscious mind will cause you to forget it. You may not even remember it happened to you, but it's there. Remember, from the first video, everything that you experience is coded up in your DNA. All your experiences is with you. If you believe that you had a life before this life, all of that data is with you as well. And I talked about on my TikTok and Instagram the different dimensions, and if you know how they say that we're in the third dimension, and then they say the Earth is moving into the fifth dimension or the sixth dimension, and then as far as I know, they just stop right there, those who talk about these dimensions. And I want to propose to you that who's to say we're in the third dimension? Doesn't it appear that everything is here? Like everything, things that we haven't heard of. I be watching those. I watched this YouTube channel where he be showing the weirdest shit in this construct. And it appears right now that, man, we're experiencing all kinds of stuff. It's all kinds of things here in this construct. So who's to say we're in the third dimension? Maybe we're in the sixth dimension. Maybe we're in the ninth dimension. You know, because when I think about a game, if this is a construct, this is a simulation, and a lot of people say that we're just in here playing a game, right? And if we're playing a game and we're only in the third dimension, and let's say there's 13, man, we got 10 more dimensions to go. And it's going to get harder than this. This is pretty hard, right? This is pretty hard. So, you know, I be thinking about stuff like this, and I'm like, I don't know. We probably in the ninth dimension or something like that. Because the game, if it's a game, and if you know games, and I know this from my son, he's a gamer. He's really good. Each level gets harder and harder, right? Am I right? Each level gets harder and harder. So if this is hard and we're just in the third dimension, I can just imagine. And they say that it gets better and better, like easier, you know, it's not so much evil, I guess, you know. Well, how nicer can it get if you got to get to 13? And we don't know, it could be infinite. Just something to think about. I digress. Back on the subject. I love chewing my gum, don't I? Excuse me. Let me take this out. Okay. So now we got our spacesuit on. We're in our avatar. However we designed it. And we're experiencing being physical, taking in data, experimenting with all the things that we know. Because we are part of Source. We are part of Source. We are part of the Creator, whatever you want to call it. That makes us what? That makes us what? It makes you a god. It makes me a goddess. In my world. This is a construct, and you're a god and I'm a goddess. That means that I have the ability to create whatever world that I want, that I design for my world. No matter what's going on outside of this. Now, am I affected by things? Yes. Yeah, boy. Yeah. And it's not easy to do. It's not easy to do. It's not easy to stay focused on your purpose, especially when you're going through things, you know, that appears to be out of your control. You know, I was in a car accident. I ain't asked for that I know of. You know, so, but did that take me off my focus? No, it didn't. I just had to figure out another way. Because this game is played different for each one of us. Because each one of us decided that we're going to come here and experiment with different things. The same things, but in various ways and various degrees. You see? And our human design is meticulous and specific to you. And it's specific to what you are going to experience in this life. You follow me? So now you're experiencing some things. It's a helicopter flying over me. You're experiencing some things. I'm at the park. And all of this experience is going into your subconscious. Your subconscious is gathering data. Right now, I'm talking to you via this platform. Consciously, I'm seeing me, and I can see the park behind me and all these things. However, my subconscious mind is taking in way more than that, way more than I consciously can see or even think about. Yeah, that's how powerful you are. So powerful. And being in this construct, whether you were sentenced here or you chose to come, I'll say it again because that truck is loud. Whether you were sentenced here or you are a lifer, I just thought about that one, or you chose to come. Now, most of us with our gifts, we chose to come in here to remind those others with their gifts who they are. We didn't come here to save the world. This construct was not designed to be all peaceful and everything. See, we think about this because we know deep inside our codes that this can exist. And this is why we think that we come here and we think that this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be trying to help the world have peace and all this and all that. Look how many people before you that came that attempted to have peace. And we still got all this evil in the world, and it appears to be even worse now. I don't know. It could have been worse back then. This ain't the first time we had technology, y'all. That's not your job. We came here to remind other organic human beings of who they are as God and Goddess walking this earth, and that you create your world, and you may have to go through some things to do it. You may be wiped from everything to be rebuilt back up. Why? Because we learn from seeing, we get inspired when other people go through some things and they come out of it, and we know that it's possible to come out of it. See, that's why. And sometimes people don't come out of it and they take themselves out. And then that's an observance for us to also take in data about that. Not for us to be discouraged. See, for some reason, when people do that, we go, oh, wow, it's not that bad, don't we? And then we think about all the people that could have helped that person. I'm all over the place with this video. So watch the first one so you can know where I'm going with this. And I know I kind of been all over the place. But I want you to understand this, that you're gonna just experience some things. And we label those things as hard or rough or challenging because that's how it feels. See, these are words to express and identify what this feeling is. And so this is what it feels like. It feels like it's rough, it's hard, it's, yeah, it does. Looking at right here, wow. Anyway, I don't edit these videos, y'all get it raw. Those of you who follow me, those of you who subscribe, So, who are you? You are a divine, spiritual, electrical being that came here. Those of us that came here to experimenting with what you already know. It's all coded up in your DNA, and this is why you follow certain people. When you listen to them talk, they resonate with you because they're unlocking codes. They're unlocking the codes that's coded up in you that you know already. That's why that happens. What makes you human is empathy, imagination, and intuition. Empathy, imagination, and intuition. And if you don't have any of those, then I don't know. They say there's NPCs running around here, and they don't know they NPCs either. You can kind of tell though when you are spiritually astute, you start to know. You start to see people, and listen. A lot of spiritual things just can't be explained. It's just something you experience. So we do our best to explain it to you, so we unlock those codes in you and you go, I get it. Because some things just can't, we just don't have the words for it. We don't. So we come here because of that separation, looking for our other half. Why? So that we feel whole. Yeah, so that we feel whole and go, I found it in the physical. And we go, I found it. And I wanna be one with you. And then we wanna have children with that person, right? That's usually how it goes. Some of y'all just like randomly, just having babies or whatever. But can't always plan it. You just roll with the punches, because if we all planned it, nobody would be here. And that's for real. Nobody would be here, for real. But you create your world. You have the ability to create your world. You have the ability to recognize what it is that you coded up in your subconscious, what is there that is causing blockages. And it can be a number of things. Okay? But you have the ability. Now, those of us with our gifts have come here to help with that, to remind you, and if you need help, to help you with that. And we have all these different modalities, right? And all these different methods that actually work to help you. And then you go, oh yeah, I was opened up, and or this person was able to heal my energy. move some energy around, you know. And now I feel light. I feel free. My thinking is clear. And now my mind and my heart is married, and I'm focused, and I can make some shit happen, and stuff is gonna happen, right? Because let me tell you this, whenever you set out to do something positive in this construct, evil has to come up and attempt to match it. It's just the way it is, because everything has its polarity. So things are gonna happen. Things are gonna happen so that you experience both sides of it. The trick is to be okay with whatever happens, and that don't always feel good. It doesn't always feel good. Listen, I cried many nights wondering, like, what did I do? Why did I deserve this? And somehow, you know, somebody will come through, the person I least expect. The ones you think will, a lot of times they won't. It'll be the ones you least expect come through and help me out with something. You know, I was just thinking I just thought about an upload just came, and I'm thinking, okay, so that'll be another video. We'll talk about that, because that's something I don't talk about relationships or anything like that, because I feel like, yeah, I was married 14 years. You know, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about relationships, and I raised my children. I was with that person 14 years. So I raised my children while I was married to their father, and I raised them singly, as a single mother. I had to experience that. I know why now. Because a lot of times people just don't even know why they come together. They really don't. This construct is something else. It's something else. These people they don't know what their values are. Anyway, that's another video. So I want to continue with what we were talking about yesterday, of you came through that portal and how that all happened. Now, Victoria, how do you know this, girl? How you know? From partially researching in books and stuff about epigenetics and all of that, and then having my mind opened up from doing the plant medicine and experiencing a lot of things that I experienced, and then through having some spiritual encounters that I don't talk about, and receiving what I say is receiving these uploads, and then I have to go, sometimes I receive uploads and I have to go research it, because, you know, sometimes it don't make sense to me either. When you are connected with Source, I was guided to this very powerful person who read me, because most of the times people can't read me, and I know why now. But I went to this powerful, and she informed me that I have a double helix, or a double light connection, or something like that, to Source. Double. Most people only have one, but I have double that, and some more stuff. You know. And I experienced so much in my life, you guys, that some of that stuff, I think back then I wasn't ready for until now, you know. And now it's coming all back up, and now it's like I gotta go on here and get it out, go on TikTok, go on Instagram and get it out and speak about it. But I don't like speaking about, I can't do it all in just one setting, like a whole hour and 2 hours and stuff like that. I have to break it up, you know, because what I talk about seems simple and very surface-like, but when you listen to it again, and then you listen to it again, you're like, oh, because it's levels to things, you know. And so that's why people, when they go on my free webinar on my website, which is in the links below this video, and they tell me, you know what, I watched it 3 times, and each time I was like, oh, I didn't know that was there. What? You know? Because there's levels to it. Yeah. And because that's why it's good to read a book. When you read a book and you read that book that one time, right? And it's good and you got a lot out of it and you like, wow, that book was deep and all of that. And then you may not read that book anymore for a year or 2, let's say. Because you read other books and you kept on with your learning and experimenting and experiences, you go back and you say, oh, I ain't read this in a while, and you go read that book. And you be like, what? I didn't even know that was in there. It's because you've grown. It's because you've grown. And some codes have been unlocked within you. How you doing? That's why. Person with their dog. I used to get so scared when people come with their dogs. Ooh. Do you know, because I practice and I live what I teach, I notice that I don't have any fears really anymore. Like, I really don't. I mean, I have natural fears, I suppose. Like, you know, if a bear was coming after me, shit, I'm gonna be scared. But for the most part, I don't have any fears about that. I don't fear death, see. That's the root of all fears. But I want you to know that, you know, 2023 was rough for a lot of us. A lot of us. I was wiped out of everything. Everything that I had, completely wiped out. Completely wiped out. And so what I did was I stayed thankful. I kept writing down what I was thankful for. And I still do. I stopped asking why me. I stopped asking why me. Because I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't harm a fly. I don't lie. I'm not deceitful. I'm not dishonest. I don't know. So because I don't know, and I don't, you know, when you don't know, you don't know. So what do? You keep it moving. If you've been knocked down flat on your back in this construct, and you are God and goddess, then what is it? Ain't nothing you can do but look up. And if you can look up, you can get up. Take it from somebody who knows. And because I understand and understand who I am and where I came from, I know there's a reason for this. I know that there's something going on with me, you know. Maybe spiritually, energetically, I'm leveling up. Maybe I'm moving into another dimension. I don't need those things, at least right now. Maybe I need to really see where I'm at and the people around me and assess everything. And you might be in the same situation. That's why I was nudged to come on here and talk about this and do a part 2. Because you're experiencing some things and you're coding up things again. You know, once you are cleared of those things you coded up that's blocking you, nothing will stop you. And this construct, as we're told in the Bible, that entity that was given the deal that they can be over this world for a certain amount of time, they don't like it when you don't follow the system. People like you and me that go off doing our own thing, and we see, man, we go through some shit. Oh I'm serious. And if you're not around somebody who love you, you'll be out here homeless and feeling alone. Treat people right. Treat your family right. Love them. Because you just never know when it's your turn to go through some things, to strengthen you, to level you up. Because it don't feel like it when you're going through it. It really don't. Get the help that you need. You keep seeing a pattern in your life, and you just can't get past it. There's a wall there, or feel like a wall, a brick, or something, and you just can't get past it. It's people out here that have gifts that will help you. And a lot of times when people come to me, they've already done all them other things, because they tend to have the same path that I had. So I guess you attract who you are, right? They say you attract who you are, or you attract those who have experienced or are experiencing what you're experiencing, right? Because we're all one. The illusion is that we're separate, but we're not. That's why when you think of something and you don't act on it, and you see somebody else did it and you be like, they stole my idea, that's your proof that we're connected in that field with Source. You still is. And those of us who decided to make a deal with that entity that was given this time, they living good, right? And not all of them. It's not all of them. 'Cause you have people like me go through some stuff, and then we come out of it, and we're, and I would say we get awarded for hanging in there and staying focused and going through it. Why? Because we know what you're going through. We feel you. Empathy. We can feel what you're going through, so we know exactly how to guide you out of it. If you've been molested, you see, because I've gone through that, I know what you coded up. I know what's in your subconscious. I know what's blocking you. You see? And I don't need no degrees, and I don't need all these degrees to help you. Okay? I got certified so I can be trained, right? Get my skills up so that I know exactly how to help you and how to use my gifts. That's why that was important. You see? I'm just about experienced so much stuff. It ain't really much that I can't talk about. But anyway, this is going on like 33 minutes. Well, I think this is the longest I ever done a video. I don't like them to be an hour, 2 hours. Now I can sit and listen to somebody if they're good. I can sit and listen to that person for an hour, 2 hours. If I don't have anything, I might be cleaning up or something like that and be listening. I can do that, but me talking for that long, no. Maybe once I reach I need 1,000 subscribers to go live. Maybe once I go live and I'm able to interact with y'all, maybe I can go longer. But just talking, no. So I hope this information was helpful. I hope it was useful to you. I hope it caused you some aha moments and some understanding about maybe what's going on with you, and a little bit better about who we are as human beings, man. We got the best of both worlds. We're physical and spiritual. Woo! And electrical too. We just got it. We the shit. We are. And we can rise above anything. It may not look like it at the time. It may not even feel like it. And the moment you're going through all this shit, it may not feel like it. I hear other people's stories, and you see successful people, you don't know what they went through. Man, you don't know. And sometimes some of these special people share their stuff with us, and it's like, wow. See? Don't ever compare yourself. Don't compare yourself. Start learning Okay, so my subconscious mind, there's something going on. I see this, I don't really know what it is, but I feel stuck. Why do I feel sad all the time? Or why do I snap so fast on people? Why do I do that? Or why when I go over this person's house or something like that and I just feel a certain way? See, all of those are clues that you coded up something. Something in the surroundings might be reminding you. Something someone said, maybe something that was said when you was going through whatever trauma or whatever the thing that you were going through. And so it triggered that memory. And now you snap. But you don't know that's why. Because you can't see yourself. I can't see myself. You can't see yourself. Nor do you really hear your language. You can't hear yourself either. Yeah. So, just because you driving a nice car and living in a nice house and you got a good paying job or your business is appearing to be doing well, that don't mean that you don't have things coded up that's blocking you in other areas of your life. Maybe it's hard for you to maintain relationships. Why? Maybe it's hard for you to even attract the right person in your life. Why? Why? See? What's causing that? More importantly, what's causing that? Maybe you're really not clear on what it is that you want to do. And you're trying to figure it out and you're like, man, is this it? See? Because it wasn't your own thoughts. You was operating off somebody else's thoughts, but you didn't know that. It could be a number of things, right? And then once you get clear on some things, you're like, oh, hey, you see your world in a whole new way. And it feels so good. Let me just tell you. And as you advance through this with the right help, no matter what happens, you like, I don't know, this shit is happening, I don't know. That's how you'll be. And hopefully you're around some folks who love you. And if you're not, more importantly, make sure that you're loving you. Alright? It's starting to get dark out. It was nice where I'm at today. It's been nice the last few days. It's been really, not nice, but it's been really wonderful outside. The sun has been coming out and it's been warm. So I've been out grounding and everything, and that feels good. It energizes me. It comforts me. I love being in the woods. Oof. I know it could be scary, right? Especially in the South, you got snakes. And who knows what's roaming through them woods, right? But I just love being in the woods around trees and nature. I just love it. I really do. All right, I'm gonna go. It's now almost 40 minutes. I've been talking. Ooh, that's a lot for me. So I'll be back. Leave your comments if you have questions or concerns about these videos, or something that you want me to elaborate on that maybe I'm just not thinking about right now. Leave your comments. I appreciate it, as long as it's respectful. I appreciate that. Thank you to all of you who subscribe to my newborn YouTube channel. I appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. I got like 70 subscribers. I'm jacked about that. I am. See, I celebrate all wins, okay? Small ones, mediums, big ones, and all in between. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm very thankful. So thank you. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. And thank you for telling others, to subscribe. If you resonate with my message and with my conversation, and you may not get it at first. You may have to listen to it again. But it'll unlock some codes. I promise you that. Because I only do these videos when I'm called to. I'm not one of those who do videos every day. I'm gonna do my best to, though. I promise I'm gonna do my best. Starting this year, and do more and more YouTube videos, because since I've been going through my little thing, Dark Night of the Soul, there's been a lot of uploads inside me right now that I just need to make it coherent and come and share it with you. Okay? All right, well, with that being said, thanks again. I love you because I'm overflowing with love for myself, and it can only flow over into you. And I will see you on the next video. And don't forget to go follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Same thing, Tori loves you too.